open letter and a petition to President Trump. I have listened repeatedly to your historic speech at the United Nations General Assembly on September 19, 2017. I was so impressed with your vibrant, lion's roar advocating free market economy and the value of human rights and the rule of law for all the citizens of the world without exception. Also, I was so thrilled with your brave and bold condemnation of dictators around the world, including Kim Jong-un. Finally, I thank God and humbly bow my head in reverence at the wisdom of those U.S. citizens who have elected you as President of the U.S. at this most crucial time of international crisis. I'm glad to hear that you plan to visit South Korea, my mother country, on upcoming November 7 to 8, 2017. However, I wish to express my personal concern that fanatic nationalists and pro-North Korean and anti-American Koreans will stage various different events to disrupt your visit to Korea. Your visit to South Korea may be highly dangerous and counterproductive, and your personal security might be at risk. I would ardently appeal to you to take all available precautions for your personal security and protection during that time. For your information, let me brief you on the current situation of Moon Jae-in's new government. Moon was elected as president under the auspices of candlelight protests, leftist street demonstrators he credited for his success during his summit conference in Berlin and at the UN. He in fact was the main ringleader in impeaching the democratically elected pro-American President Park Geun-hye without a fair trial on the merits. He began to abuse human rights to take advantage on his opponent upon his taking power. Most of his executive staff members are radical anti-American, pro-North Korean activists and had been convicted by the judiciary. Today, South Korea is no longer same as it used to be. It is experiencing radical change and becoming a strange and different country. The current South Korean government system is gradually taking on the patterns of various government North Korean systems. Moon's group controlled South Korean government, parliament, judiciary, media, culture, academy, and economy. The rule of law and the human rights are almost extinct in Korean society. A clear example can be seen in the case of the impeachment and the criminal trials against President Park Geun-hye and the Vice President of Samsung Electronics Corporation, Lee Jae-yong, and other victims of the 촛불 candlelight protest. Former President Park Geun-hye was elected president for a single 5-year term in the presidential election held in December 2012 when she garnered 51.6% of the vote while Moon Jae-in got 48%. In October 2016, JTBC TV intentionally reported to the public a fabricated tablet PC allegedly belonging to Ms. Choi Soo-won as evidence purportedly proving that President Park collaborated in corruption and bribery crimes with her confidant Ms. Choi. Most other media followed and expanded on JTBC TV's false reports and instigated the message to protest against President Park. Being driven to anger by the false reports, tens of thousands of candlelighters took to the streets and roared their demand that she step down immediately from the presidency. They succeeded in driving down the poll numbers of Park to one-digit numbers in less than a month as the candlelighters' number grew day by day. Watching these low polling numbers, National Assembly members passed an impeachment bill on December 9, 2016, within several hours without any investigation as to the truth of the 13 separate counts of impeachment and without a debate on the issues. They did not even vote on each count. They just cast the votes of yes or no on the resolution as a whole, as if they were voting for a no-confidence motion, which process is not known in the Constitution, instead of the impeachment process stipulated in the Constitution. 3 months later, 8 judges of the Constitutional Court, clearly lacking the 9-judge quorum requirement under the law, unanimously rendered a guilty verdict against President Park after they rejected any request from her for the presentation of witnesses on the grounds that such a request would upset the decision deadline they determined by themselves of March 10, 2017. No appeal of the guilty verdict was allowed. Several days later, President Park was arrested and detained in the detention center on the grounds that her accomplice was arrested based on the self-described equal arrest theory, which resembled North Korean criminal law. President Park was removed from office and detained by the Kangaroo Court 1 year prior to the end of her original 5-year term. Then the criminal court brought the over 65 years old former single woman President Park before the trial court sessions 4 times a week for 10 hours a session. She has been called to 80 sessions over 6 months. They inflicted severe hardship on her, and she was tormented by the incessant court trials. Furthermore, the judge extended her detention period for another 6 months in violation of the maximum 6 months detention rule in the criminal procedure law. After this patently illegal act, a female citizen, Park, could no longer patiently suffer and declared she would no longer attend the court sessions. Her defense lawyers also announced their resignations due to overwork for 7 days of court trials a week. President Park's refusal to be present at the court trials was a declaration of her resistance against the court's trial torture invented by the Korean judges, who are well known for their cleverness. Most Korean journalists, however, have not focused their reporting on this dramatic resistance, but repeated only on the absolutely groundless corruption and bribery charges against President Park Geun-hye. They have deceived almost all Korean citizens and the people of the world until Fox and CNN recently began to report several international human rights groups' interviews. Honorable President Trump, you know very well how biased and wrong U.S. media outlets were during your electoral campaign. The South Korean media outlets are 100 times worse in reporting fake news. I respectfully request that you meet with former President Park Geun-hye or her family or her attorney during your upcoming visit to South Korea, and see for yourself the human rights abuse and the revenge politics that President Park is suffering. If you cannot meet her yourself, please have your attorney or your staff do so. In this day, the American people and you will come to understand that Moon Jae-in and his followers, many with criminal records, have incited the public with lies and illegal means to come into power under the name of candlelight revolution. You will come to understand that they have put in jail the most honest and righteous female president in the history of South Korea, followed by a torture trial. On behalf of the millions of South Korean patriots who love the national flags of South Korea and America, I herewith file this petition with you. The President of the United States, the guardian of global human rights and due process. Peter Pyongu Kim, Attorney at Law, Los Angeles, California, United States of America, October 30, 2017. I'm an attorney residing in Los Angeles, California as a South Korean citizen. I have served as a court judge in South Korea and as the president of the Korean Bar Association from 2009 to 2011. As one of the lawyers representing President Park Geun-hye during her impeachment trial, I'm well aware of the false accusations concerning her impeachment and criminal cases. I'm a firm believer in her innocence and have written 2 books on the subject. I also set up a think tank incorporated in the name of Save Korea Foundation in the United States. Thank you.